so today's video, I was going to do it in Swahili, but then I feel like what I wanted to talk about will be beneficial both in Swahili and English, because I feel like it impacts a lot of African ladies or girls and a lot of people in my generation. Hello people of all walks in life, including my own work. So I'm gonna try to make this introduction short. I am bintimalu and I am making videos. This channel is about videos that pertain Africa and Africans and basically my lifestyle, so I talk about it all. But so today's video, I was going to do it in Swahili, but then I feel like what I wanted to talk about will be beneficial both in Swahili and English, because I feel like it impacts a lot of African ladies or girls and a lot of people in my generation. So I'm gonna make it in English and then I'm gonna do another video in Swahili and we'll see how it goes. So we'll be talking about the whole, so my sponsors so most of my references will be based on two shows that are on YouTube, and that is Perfect Match and Real Talk with Tamima, and both shows are from Kenya, by Kenyans, about Kenyans, and just, but yeah, that's where my reference point is, because I feel like Kenya is doing a great job talking about certain issues in one of the shows, and I feel like they're very frontwards, yani wako mbele when they're coming to express things, especially in YouTube. Now Tanzania, I am yet to find content like the kind I have watched in Real Talk with Tamima. I'm yet to find content of the sort, but if it's there and if you guys know about it, please let me know and have it commented below. So let's start with the Perfect Match. Perfect Match is a show whereby you take, like, I will go with my friend and I'm going to auction my friend. I'm saying it in a bad way, but you're going to auction your friend. There is one guy or one girl who comes and they're looking for their perfect match, and then I will have to talk to that guy or girl who is looking for their match and explain to them why they should date my friend. I give the qualities of my friend and things like that. So the thing is, a lot of the ladies who go to the show will come and God forgive me, but this is how it basically goes like. So they will come and they'll be like, I want a guy who is rich, I want a guy who has it all, I want a guy who has a car, I want a guy who is light-skinned because I want light-skinned kids, I want a guy who is kind of a foreigner, that's what they're implying, and they have all this unrealistic things that they want in a guy. So the guys who come there, they will come and lie, like, I am from the United States, I just came, I have a plane, I have this, I travel a lot, I am famous. And it's obvious they're none of these things. So for one side, I'm like, okay, these guys are lying about all these things, but at the same time, the women with their unrealistic expectations in guys make them lie about these things because they don't want to seem undateable or they don't want to seem enough. So that's one of the things that I had going through my mind. And then so it made it seem like, so the show, not the whole show, but most of the people who come there, it seems like they're looking for fame and not love. And as much as it's a show, it's on TV, some people think it's not real, I feel like that is very realistic in a lot of our African cultures, mainly because we have been programmed, like traditionally a man is supposed to provide for a woman, and usually it used to be like basic needs. You provide housing, you provide food, you provide like security and things like that. But with the modern culture, there are so many demands. Now women, there's some women, you know, when I say women, I'm meaning girls my age. These are 23, 24-year-olds, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. Well, maybe not my age, but you know, around my age group. And these are girls who come and they ask for all these qualities in guys. I want this, I want that. And a lot of the motivation comes from social media. They see so and so has this and that, so I want that kind of lifestyle, and I don't feel like working for it, so I'm gonna get another guy. I'm gonna go and look for a rich guy to provide for me that kind of lifestyle. I want a guy who are gonna take me around the world, who are gonna show me the good things in life, and I want the shortest way to get that. I don't want to work for it. I don't want to waste my energy for that. I just want somebody who will provide for me because they love me. But mixing love and money is very, very intense. Anyway, so the other one is Real Talk with Tamima. Now this show is my favorite show, and I discovered it this month. That is, this January. I discovered it this month, and it has been an eye-opener for me. Like, I love it. Tamima, you are doing a great job with that show. So basically this show is about, well, Tamima, who is the host of the show, has an audience and then has these people she interviews, and so she will bring different guests. Like the one I just watched is people who have been in jail, and they tell their stories. Some got saved, some were there for the wrong reasons, some just got mixed up with the wrong friends. And I think her point is to create awareness that there are these problems that exist out there, and we have to talk about them and give ways that we can deal with them, and just let people know you're not alone facing these problems. And just the other day, she was talking about girls who are starting to do drugs, and how drugs ruined their life. Some went into prostitution, and some of their friends died, but she came out and she was okay. And then they talked about abortion and how some people had all these abortions. I'm gonna have it linked down there, but you guys should watch it. I feel like it's a big eye-opener, and it's a great show, especially for teenagers and for young ladies, or just young people in general. But anyway, so the one show that caught my attention, just ticked me off, was one whereby they were talking to girls in university, and there were a few girls who stood up openly and said, yes, I'm okay with having a sponsor. Yes, I have a sponsor. Yes, I will sell my body so that this sponsor can give me money. And they were not ashamed about that. And I saw that and I was shocked. First, how do you get the courage to admit that? I will be like, oh, that's a tough thing to admit. Your parents are gonna watch this, your friends are gonna watch this. But the fact that there are people who are admitting that, I feel that was very courageous, because I know for a fact now that there are a lot of girls, a lot of ladies who are seeking for sponsors, just like those ladies who talked on the show, but they're not comfortable enough to come and expose themselves like that. Anyway, so when the host asked these girls what their motivation for looking for sponsors, their reply was, I want to be like some of the people I see on social media, particularly Instagram. I want to be like Vera Sidika. I want to be like Huda. Some might even want to be like Zari. These are like African social media influencers. So this is what they wanted to be like. What they did not understand, maybe they understood but it never really got into their mind, is that these people, as much as their social media life seems great, seems excellent, they're also dealing with their demons, and that is not their life. That is their job. People pay them to do those things. On an ordinary day, you probably won't see them that good looking, you probably won't see them having that much fun, but what you see on social media is 1% of their life, and the 99% that they don't see, they just disregard and assume that this 1% is their whole life. Okay, and then there was one girl who said that the reason why she was okay with having a sponsor was because her family didn't give her enough spending money so she can do her hair on a weekly basis or go out with her friends every now and then. So she was okay with having a sponsor because they'll give them money, like 2,000 a week, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and she can spend that money however she wants, and whatever the guy asks her to do, then she's okay with doing that as long as she is getting paid for that. I want to say for her services, but it's a very thin line in my opinion. And the thing is, their parents are paying for their school fees for them to study, and probably they get a little bit of pocket money so that they can just survive. So the extra money they're searching for is not necessarily needed for survival. It's more of a want because they want to keep up with a certain social status in their school, with their friends, and so that's why they're seeking additional money. And I'm trying not to be biased or judgmental, so I'm just gonna be like, well, that's why they do it. And my other deal was that these girls, they get this money from these sponsors, and it's not like the money they use it to either build a house, buy a car, save it somewhere. They're gonna spend it. Like the instant you get it, within a week or even a day, that money is gone. So what is the point of kujidhalilisha? I don't know what it is in English. Like selling yourself for money that is not necessarily going to be there 2, 3, 4, 5 days from now. I honestly don't see the point to that as well. Alright, so my other thing was that the thing that like stuck in my mind is that back in the days, women were not allowed to vote. Women are not allowed to study. Women are not allowed to have a job. Like, the role of a woman was to be at home, give birth to children, take care of the house and things like that. Now, a woman can be anything that they want to be. They can go to study, they can run for offices, they can vote. And some of these things, there are people who had to fight for those rights. And the fact that there are girls out there who now have that capability to develop their skills, to make a difference in the world, to inspire other girls, and rather than that, they choose the life of having a sponsor instead of studying and making a future for yourself. I don't seem to understand that. And for me, it's just like, I don't get it. Like, we have come so far as women, and right now, our generation, my generation, the millennials, we're all about equality. We're all about being independent. We're all about giving each of us an opportunity to prove our skills, to prove what we can do for other people, for the world. And to think that there are other women who are relying on sponsors, I feel like that kind of takes us back to where we are. Here we are asking for independence, for equality, but then again, the girls who are out here trying to depend on men for money and for their well-being, and that is quite contradictory. So that is where my problem came about. Anyways, so at the end of the day, I believe that some of these problems, now it is your signature, and you can be signature. I should get you another one. You can give me one. So yeah, that is what has been bothering me, like this. Bro, take away your... That's what has been bothering me like this past month, this January, like ever since I watched that episode and I watched that show. That thing has already stuck in my mind, and I think like part of the reason is that we don't teach our girls or the ladies how to love themselves, how to value themselves, and some people don't see the worth in themselves. Like, yeah, I feel like that's what may be part of this, like small part of the reason why some people would tend to do this. And I feel like it's something that should be discussed. Maybe they have good reasons, maybe they don't. For me, I don't understand it, but if somebody was to come and explain to me what the reasoning behind it is, then I'm open to understanding it. So yeah, it's a discussion I'm going to have. I'm going to look for people who can explain to me, maybe people in such situations, that I can be able to... I feel at the end of the day, we are all personally, sometimes I'm very quick to judge and place judgment without trying to know the other person. So that's what I'm trying not to do. So yeah, but at the end of the day, we have to love ourselves, we have to treasure ourselves, and to be given the ability to study, to expand our skills. We should use that to inspire other girls and to inspire the upcoming generation to know that women can be anything, and that women should not be dependent on men for money and things like that. We can make our own money and we can sustain ourselves. And yeah, that is what I have to say. And thank you to all the amazing women in my life and my great friends who are women, girls, who have shown me, most like all of them are independent people. I don't think I have any of my friends who would be depending on another guy for money, and because of that I wasn't aware like such things existed, and when I watched that, that's when I became aware of it. So I might ask my friends to talk about this kind of things, and if it works out we're gonna make a video about it. But for now, this is gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to keep spreading the African love, whatever kind of love you have to offer, because there's no room for hate.